Well, good morning everyone. Welcome to P.B.M. Vending. And for those of you that watched the previous video, it's been about a week. And I was pretty beat up. I was pretty depressed for the city that I live in. And I was pretty bummed about the business. I was just bummed about everything. But we have a good God. And in the week that has happened since, He's managed to lift my spirits. I've had a lot of time to reflect and to pray. And I think some of the reflections is what I'm going to talk about today. I think we're going to change a few things. Now, one of the first things that I noticed when I was doing research, and I told you that I watched two of those guys. One was Reyes, and he's out in California, and then Chrome, who's down in Florida. Okay, two completely different areas, and they had two completely different approaches. When Reyes walked out, and he said 3 sentences to see if he could get in the door, the last thing he always said is, "And I give you 10%. When they asked Chrome guy, do you ever pay for spots? He said, absolutely not. Find a different way to give them value. So we were going to try to go Chrome way, okay? And I did not volunteer. I had no intention at all of doing that. However, upon reflection from the other day, I can see that's wrong for this area and this state. And here's why. After I thought about it, Illinois and California have a couple of things in common. First off is they are ultra left wing, which means they're godless, which means they chase money. Not so in Florida. So much anyway. So out in Florida, or out in California, before Reyes can even get their attention, he's got to talk about money. We're going to have to do the same thing. But I'm not going to talk about giving 10%. I think the approach I want to take is, I'd like to rent some floor space. I think that'll get their attention, and I think that's how we're going to approach it. So that's one of the first things I wanted to do. We are going to stick with 10%. I think that's fair, especially when you consider the little amount of money that's going to be coming in. Nobody wants to hear about, I'll give you 10%, but they do want to hear about, you want to rent some floor space. Okay. The second thing that we're going to do, as much as I don't want to do this, is we're not going to wear these shirts when we go out and make our approach. Now here's the moral dilemma that I had. We're doing this to give God glory. If I can't wear my shirt, then what's the point? I'm just another schmo out there trying to scam a buck. Or that's not really a good phrase. Just another guy out there trying to make a buck. Okay? I don't want to be that. But God pointed it out to me. If they're not Christian, they're not going to care anyway. So you won't be giving Him glory by going out there and being defeated every day. Go build a business, run it in a godly way. I don't have to please man, I have to please God. So I'm going to go try to build a business to please God, not man. Another issue that I had, I made notes because I don't want to miss anything. After the last video, as I said, I had a lot of time to reflect and pray. And one of the things, I felt like my day out wasn't blessed. I mean, I just felt like, but it was. When I look back on it, I learned a lot. But still, the activity that I did was not blessed. And so I prayed really hard about that. And God reminded me, Brian, there are two people here. There are two people that need to be blessed, and the business as a whole needs to be blessed. Your part was to do the money, the machines, the paperwork, get everything ready to go. Everything that you've done has been blessed, and he's right. Money showing up out of nowhere, machines being found on sale, accounts being set up. I think I'm going to do a video on how to find secure financing for your business before you need it, because God has blessed that, and it was nothing on my end. It never even crossed my mind, but once it's done, it was like, yeah, that was a smart thing to do. So there's individual blessings and there's group blessings. My individual blessing has already happened and continues to happen because that's the way we set it up. Now remember, Shannon's part of the blessing is going to be placing the machines. That's where her blessing is going to come from. That's how we set it up. I did the upfront stuff and the maintenance stuff. She does the placing and the servicing. So when she starts, and that's why what I did the other day was blessed, because everything that I learned, now I can give to her so that when she goes out there, she's prepared to be successful. Otherwise, without the day that I spent there, she was going to spend a day getting beat up too. Maybe we can avoid that. Another thing that I learned, and I think I said this in the last video, anytime I was going into a business, I would always ask, is the owner or manager in? And somebody would always say, I'm the manager. And I'd go through my spiel and they'd say, yeah, I gotta run it by the owner. Okay, so from now on, we're gonna go in and ask just for the owner. And when the owner isn't there, we're going to get name and phone number of the owner. And we'll contact the owner. I was an owner of a business, and I know trying to, I would purposely go out of my way to mix my schedule up so I didn't have to deal with salesmen. So, unless I wanted something. So, we're going to go in, we're going to ask for the owner only, and then we're going to get name and phone number, how we contact this guy or gal. So, that's going to be a big time saver, I believe. And the final thing that has happened, today is the 2nd of June. Go date was supposed to be yesterday. That has been postponed because Shannon had put in for a vacation that I did not know about. And I want her, she needs vacation. As I said in a previous video, I get it. Single mom, working, trying to keep a house, I get it. So she's going to spend a week or so vegging out, and then when she comes back, then we're going to have go date. I don't have a specific date, and I'm not really hard and fast on that. If we put it off a whole month, we put it off a whole month. All it does is push everything back. I'm not excited about it, but it gives more time for me to do prep work. And to fine-tune what we're doing. And I haven't decided yet, but I may take another day whenever we do finally get going and go back out and try these new things that I've thought about and try them around here. Now around in this part of town, in this area of town, I really don't expect to place much around here, simply because it's just a snooty part of town. So, but I was kind of down after the last video, and I just wanted to come back and say, but that was an opportunity. I was flying so high, looking so forward to getting started and getting stuff done, that I forgot, what's important here is not the money. It's not the machines. It's not anything except trying to bless God and the ministry. That's what this is about. And I had the perfect opportunity because there was so much that I learned. That the things that I learned, I just told you, was well worth my one vacation day that I lost. Well worth it. If for no other reason than God got the opportunity to point out to me that, Brian, why are you depressed? You have been blessed. Everything that I have touched in association with this venture has been blessed. And when that was pointed out, I was like, all right, we're good. So anyway, I have a couple ideas for some other videos. One is how to secure financing for your business before you need it. And I've started getting the machines in. I got the triple head in a couple days ago, and I suspect tomorrow or Tuesday I will get the other two single heads in. So today I've got to do ministry stuff, plus I'm going to try to get machines together, plus clean my stinky kitchen. So you guys have a blessed day. Go to church, worship God, and we'll see you in the next video.